What is going on, guys? ScotianCanadien here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like my videos, and of course you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ScotianCanadien. Feel free to get in on the discussion down below in the comments as well. Once again, we're going to do some rival watch, and once again, it's on our Atlantic Division rivals, the Toronto Maple Leafs. They have been in the headlines a lot lately, and of course, if you disagree with anything that I say, get at me down below in the comments or on Twitter. So, the Toronto Maple Leafs have locked up their star forward, Auston Matthews, to a 5-year deal at $11.634 million per season. Now, I'm going to preface this entire video by saying I think Auston Matthews is a generational talent. He's going to be one of the best centers in the league, if he isn't already. He has one of the best releases in the NHL. The way he can disguise that shot and pick corners is absolutely disgusting. He is an incredible hockey player all around, great skater, great playmaker, and how can you be disappointed with locking up a player like Auston Matthews for any amount of time? Leafs fans must be relieved that they finally have this guy onto a contract. And it's going to be a fun 5 years with him and Tavares on the roster as their number 1 and number 2 center. Now, all that said, this contract isn't exactly team friendly in terms of the annual average value at 11.6, just a little over 11.6. That's a lot of money. He'll be the second highest player in the NHL after Connor McDavid. And it's not team friendly in terms of the term. 5 years, that'll go by quick. And typically you'd like to lock up your young star a little longer than that. Like teams Tampa did with Stamkos and Kucherov, and likely what they're going to do with Point, what Colorado did with McKinnon, what the Oilers did with McDavid. 5 years isn't that long, and the thing is it only buys 1 year of his unrestricted free agent status. When Auston Matthews is 26 years old, about to enter the prime of his career, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent and can go to any team in the NHL and try to get paid. And even if he does stay with the Leafs after that as an unrestricted free agent and chooses to sign with them again, it'll likely be for a huge pay raise, and he's already making an insane amount of money. So it's a little risky of a contract to make. But the thing is, the Leafs are kind of handcuffed in terms of their cap right now. And they are still going to be, even though they brought Auston Matthews' annual average value slightly down, because the thing is if they were going to sign him to 8 years, Matthews was going to want even more than the 11.634. So they got the term down, and they were able to bring the cap hit down. But the thing is even still, they will now only have around $11 million to lock up Mitch Marner, who has come out, his agent has come out and said they don't think he is worth anything less than what Auston Matthews just got. They firmly believe, his camp firmly believes that he should get the same amount as Auston Matthews. And if that's the case, they're looking at having 3 guys on their roster being paid $11 million or more. That's a little crazy. And the thing is, they have around $11 million with Gardner already off the books. I'm talking about next season here. Gardner's going to be off the books. Hainsey's going to be off the books. Ozhiganov's going to be off the books. They're still going to have that Horton long-term injury reserve cap hit on for 1 more season next season. So it's going to leave them around $11 million to lock up Mitch Marner, who wants $11 million. Kapanen, who is a fantastic player and is going to be looking at somewhere around anywhere between $3 and $4.5 million per year for Kapanen, and Andreas Johnsson as well. And that's going to leave Morgan Riley and Jake Muzzin on their defense, and then not much after that. And they're going to have to fit all these forwards in. And even if they get these forwards signed, they're still only going to have 17 to 18 players on the roster, and they're going to have to fill out the roster. So it's going to be interesting this summer to see how Kyle Dubas handles this situation, because it's going to be very tough. And as much as Sportsnet likes to talk him up as the next coming of Christ and one of the best GMs in the league, he is inexperienced. And honestly, it's starting to show already in the contracts he's given out. you can't speak negatively about signing John Tavares and being able to bring him in essentially for free and not having to trade for him. But the thing is some would say they might not have had to do that, really. And they, if let's say they didn't sign John Tavares, they would have been comfortable given Matthews exactly what he wanted. They would have been able to sign Mitch Marner. They would have been able to have enough cap space to possibly fix their defense. And they wouldn't have to worry about trading Nylander at some point. Yeah, a little interesting situation. And like I said, Dubas, he is a brand new NHL GM, and he's in one of the toughest markets. This is going to be a very difficult situation for him to work through. Is he going to try and trade away guys like Marleau? Is there going to be a team willing to take his contract? Are they basically going to have to give Marleau away? Are they eventually going to have to trade Jake Muzzin, who comes off the books after next season, and he'll be looking for a pay raise as well? Do they trade him? I just don't know. Do they try and figure out a way to get that Nathan Horton cap hit off their books early? Do they ship away futures to get that cap hit off to save them some space? It's going to be a really tough situation, and it'll be interesting to see how he handles it. Now, because I'm saying Dubas is inexperienced, it doesn't mean I'm saying he's a bad GM or anything like that. He's done some impressive stuff, and he has a very impressive resume prior to the NHL. So he very well could maneuver his way through this efficiently. But the thing is, we have to wait and see if that's what happens, because it's going to be tough. Anyway, guys, if you like my videos, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at ScotianCanadien, and get in on the discussion down below. We got the Leafs on Saturday. I cannot wait. I've been waiting for this pretty much all season since we played them and lost in overtime in the first game of the season. It's going to be fantastic to see how these two very good teams match up against each other. Oh, it'd be lovely to get a win, but it's going to be tough. Cheers, guys. Go Habs, go.